I'm Chris Turimbus with Matt Lautner Cattle TV. We're here at the 2011 Nebraska State Fair. We're in our Supreme Champion Heifer Drive, sponsored by Steck Cattle. Really appreciate Craig and Stephanie's support. Be sure to check out their sale on September 24th and 25th. They're our commitment sale. They've got 16 great heifers. Be sure to check it out. We'll listen to Dan Hogue here just for a few seconds.
I was fortunate enough to make some decisions and bring them to us, and I'm not saying we didn't make some decisions that could have gone a different direction in a place or two, a class or two, but I don't judge a lot of state fair breeding cattle shows this time of year because we're so committed for the National Barrow Show preparation with our college team, do lots of junior nationals, and I tell you what, I watched our heifer show at Illinois State Fair in its entirety, and we were really strong at the junior nationals in our state, and I'll be hard pressed to, I know we couldn't match this set of cattle here in terms of just what we have, and that's just one example, and I hope you appreciate really what you're seeing out here. Let's give all of these exhibitors, their families, and the breeders a great round of applause. Now, they have asked me not to make too many comments right now, and once again, they want to save it for when we maybe have some of the board members here, other folks for that matter from your capital. So I don't really know how much time to take. I do want to thank our ring help, and you know, not to dismiss that because without ring help, but to the young folks here from the University of Nebraska livestock judging team. I say a sincere thank you, and Matt Ellicott, I'm going to predict this. I don't know where Matt is. Matt, I like what I see, I like what I heard, and I like what I observed. And we're going to hear your name more than once. University of Nebraska mentioned in the big leagues this fall, in the National Senior College Judging. You folks were attentive. You were so attentive at times that I needed you. You were judging cattle, and that's what this is really all about. And I mean, they're great to visit with. You can tell they're livestock savvy. They just have a professional on them. And to the crew from the judging team, let's give a great round of applause because they are our future. And they represent Go Big Red. I was in.
Well, Dan Hogue's a smart man. He said, "Go Big Red."
So listen, I know all about Go Big Red. and you annihilated the poor team from Tennessee, but Chattanooga, but it's okay. Anyway, you know, thank you to them. We've had some ring help out here. To the two young ladies, and I don't know where they are right now, but we were handing out the purple, blue, red, and once again, we had more fun. And I get so focusing on the cattle, sometimes I forgot that. They were just a pleasure to work with. I mean, Extension, I'm going to make some comment about Extension later when we do our market cattle, so I'm not going to say any more right now, but I may say this again down here. To Bruce down here, raise your hand, Bruce. Folks, it's not every year, every day, when you are working with a person at a state fair, as I would call you the head ring person that I had last two days. Two things. One is the professionalism that he has, and I'm not sure he really needed me out here because I think he could place the cattle classes pretty by himself. Number two, when you consider that he represents all of the youth livestock shows at Exarban now as the head of the livestock shows at the Exarban event. And a personal note to Bruce, you know what, some at my age, some I was tired, some I was focusing in terms of who was eligible to be placed first or second. But he stayed me yesterday, and it's so professional when he said you realize you haven't handled these cattle yet. I appreciate that, Bruce, I really do. And you know, you just slipped your mind, you're focusing on something else, and oh shoot. You know, and so really, this has been special, and I'm going to have trouble. I told Chris Spade, I'm going to have trouble getting through this afternoon. I can tell you that much right now. Here we go. If you think I get fired up after 40-some years, I still do. First one we saw in the ring today.
Our judge is beginning to describe these great cattle. The Angus female down there shown by the Spencer family. an exceptional Angus female. We think she's a major contender here for that top spot. Supreme champion in the Junior 4-H Breeding Heifer Show. We'll listen to what our judges' comments are.
The ultimate in this part of the country, but we can go Kansas City, Louisville, and then Denver. You know, and Denver, you know, as these big, you know, these big heavy breds are going to get there, you know, where she fits in the Angus breed, you know, I do not know. I know that when you put one together like that, and what's interesting is she was the first head of cattle we observed in Carolina today. Charlotte, nice maid.
It appears that our judge is a big fan of that Angus, feels that she can be a major contender at all the fall shows. As we said, that female is sold by Luke Dorse and Kyle Conley, an exceptional Angus female. I know that was one of Chance and mine's favorites from early in the day. She was actually, as our judge said, in the first class. Phenomenal female. We got a great Charolais there, followed by a really nice Key heifer. This commercial heifer is a really attractive female as well with the white flank. Probably just a touch more shoulder, but a really nice female. Let's listen to what Dan has to say about this really nice commercial.
She gets awfully good. The Gelbe heifer, once again, represents femininity, represents a maternal look.
Now we're on the Gelbe.
And the breed from the standpoint of what they contribute so well. The Hereford heifer, you stand right in front of this heifer, study her one red eye that I think is so cool. One red eye on the leader side there, and that heifer reads it straight. She reads from the ground up, great footed, bone matches the body, and you just look at that look right there, and you can say to yourself, yeah, she can play in this level of competition. The Lemmy heifer here is one that is smooth in her.
It appears that our judge likes that Hereford heifer quite well. Feels that she's impeccable on the ground as she works up to a really impressive center body on a really nice Hereford female. Once again, a really nice Lemmy. Here we're at the main one we think is a major contender. Let's see what our judge has to say.
She comes back out tied together, really nice in her top line. You know, she may read just a little more mature up to her front end, but boy, you check out that one, and that young lady knows when that heifer enters the ring, she can move, can't she? And you let her move, and that's what it's all about. That's all about. The Red Angus. Once she finally got me straightened down in the Red Angus show about which one was the best one, I did okay, we did okay.
The young man who exhibited the Red Angus actually had the top two Red Angus, and Dan asked him which one was better, and he said, well, certainly this one, and she ended up being our champion Red Angus, so he certainly knows what he's talking about. That's Edward Spencer, a really exceptional Red Angus. Now down to the Shorthorn.
Great females in this class. This heifer may be showing just a little more ring wear for me right now, but in terms of what the Shorthorn breed is to continue to focus on, which is genuine rib shape, genuine muscle and width, and then building from the ground with a solid foot, this heifer does all of that. And that I do know. And so from that standpoint, I mean, this is an incredibly good lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Check out the semi. I said when she gets some shag on her this winter, I said that one can play too. Why? That hip and hind leg are absolutely put in there right. She's so short-haired and yet she's so smooth.
The female in view would be our champion Simmental. Appears that our judge really appreciates that one's hip and hind leg set. A nice Simmental female. And here's the one that we suspect could be the Supreme, the AOB champion, shown by Kane Agater, an exceptional female.
Once again, I knew in the AOB division, I said, this heifer is so unique and so right. She's an April heifer. She represents the Shorthorn Plus category. And so, my goodness, when you even put all of that in there and realize how absolutely fundamentally flawless this heifer is in her skeleton and her design, perfect frame size for an April heifer, irrespective of the breed and the category. And so, once again, you look at that look right there, and I mean, as I said in the vision, if every breeding female in America looked like that one, we would certainly be in awfully good shape. And so, once again, ladies and gentlemen, a great set of heifers. I know we need to move along because I think Brent is going to finish showmanship over there before 3 o'clock. And to all of you, it's been a great pleasure and honor to evaluate your cattle. And I'm going to put the microphone down now and give it back to Mr. Luce. And once again, we'll have a comment or two about Mr. Luce before we conclude our day. But once again, let's give these folks a great round of applause.
Well, a wonderful speech by our judge, Mr. Dan Hogue, judging coach there at Blackhawk East. Does a phenomenal job. From the comments, Chance, it looks like it's probably going to be the AOB female. He described her to a T and really seems to be in love with that one.
Well, I can't disagree with him. That heifer is almost flawless, like he said. So let's see what he does.
As we said, an unbelievable lineup of females. They're bookended by two great ones, the Great Angus here on our right side, and down here on our left, the Champion AOB, an unbelievable female exhibited by Kane Agater. All these exhibitors need to be commended on doing an outstanding job. Just to make it this far is quite an honor here at the Nebraska State Fair. As we said, our sponsor is Steck Cattle. We've got a great sale coming up on September 24th and 25th in Omaha. Be sure to stop in for the Our Commitment Show Heifer Sale. 16 great lots of Shorthorn Pluses, and maintainers. They had the 3rd overall heifer at the Illinois State Fair. Our judges moving towards that AOB Shorthorn Plus. And yes, it'll be the heifer shown by Kane Agater, our Champion AOB. An exceptional female, as our judge called her, flawless. An exceptional breeding show heifer. We'll see that one later this fall. Congratulations to Kane Agater, an unbelievable show heifer. Once again, thanks to Steck Cattle. Check out their sale September 24th and 25th. We had a phenomenal breeding heifer show. Certainly enjoyed it. Hope to be back next year. Congratulations to all these wonderful exhibitors.